motion 29.
Con Guiney, Sandymount Branch. Chair, there's a technical error in the motion, or a typing error in the motion. The word donor should be deleted and donee should be substituted. Therefore, I ran it past the Standing Orders Committee and they've no objection. This is a motion about people who pay tax. It's not the donor of the gift who pays, it's the donee, the person who receives the gift. This motion is about sections 89 and 90 of the Capital Acquisitions Tax Consolidation Act of 2003. Hereafter, I'm going to use the word CAT. At the mention of this, I'm sure people will have a tendency to fall asleep, but can I tell you, these two sections are beloved of the richest capitalists in Ireland. Now, what is CAT? Capital acquisitions is a tax on gifts and inheritances. And why is CAT important in a socialist perspective? Well, we live in a very, very unequal society. And if you have a weak CAT Act, it allows inequality to be consolidated over generations, because CAT is a tax on intergenerational transfers of wealth. Now, as I say, I'll be talking about Section 89 and 90, but CAT itself, it's hugely generous to capitalists. And let me give you an example of your average capitalist living in Shrewsbury Road. For example, the spouse is exempt from all transfers, gifts or inheritances. Children can receive 434,000, almost €500,000 tax-free. That's more than the average price of a new house. They've other little goodies in it. There's favourite niece, favourite nephew. There's Section 60 insurance policies. You can take out an insurance policy to pay your CAT, and the proceeds of the insurance policy is not taxable. But I come along to Section 89 and 90, and the standard rate of tax is 25%. Now, Section 89 and 90 deals with farming exemption and business exemption. And this is the key point. The effective rate, taking into account business exemption and farming exemption, is 2.5%. Now, how do they do that? Well, the way it works is business and farming gets 90% exemption. So there's a 25% tax on the 10% of the gift or the inheritance, which effectively is 2.5% on the gift in its entirety. And by the way, you could be a farmer and live in Merrion Square as long as 80% of your assets are derived from farming. And I think it's quite outrageous that this Section 89 and 90 has not generated debate within the Labour Party until now, to the best of my knowledge. I think it's quite outrageous. And can I say I have support from a very, very interesting source for caps on the relief of CAT, and that's the Commission on Taxation, which were set up by the government and reported last year. Now, you may know that Brendan Hayes, who was Vice Chairman of SIPTU, resigned from that commission, and he said, I'm resigning. He said he was resigning, and I quote, because the Commission reinforces the low tax model of economy and of society that I do not support, end quote. Now, in fact, the Commission itself put down actually quite...
Can you conclude, please?
Almost finished. Put down quite severe caps on CAT and are recommended quite severe limitations on the CAT exemptions for business and farming, and I hope our finance spokesman can find inspiration. And I ask you, delegates, to support the Sandymount motion.